Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Obito Potato. Right, thank you as ever to everyone who left a comment down in the comments below. There was a really great idea that I liked, rather a lot, actually, and that was the idea of sticking down another airplane production line. Now, this is going to put a little bit of a strain on our workers here, and I don't love the idea, truthfully, of, you know, yet more workers being split in more directions. But to be honest, I kind of want to see how fast we're going to be able to build this airplane production line, especially given the fact that we've got helicopters. So we're going to do that in just a second. There was an interesting comment as well about how I'm overdoing it with regards to the helicopters. To that, I have to say, maybe I am overdoing it with regards to the helicopters. However, helicopters are kind of the absolutely most powerful thing in the world right now, and given that it is the update of the helicopter, it seems only right for me to actually play with all of the new kit as much as I possibly can, so that, you know, people can see the brand new hip and cool stuff. So I'm probably going to keep on using helicopters, at least until something else drops that is also particularly useful, much like helicopters. And I gotta be honest, I think they're real good. I think helicopters are pretty darn fantastic. And I really want to see how quickly we can get them to build this airplane production line. So, the other thing that I sort of had in my mind to do over the course of this episode, no guarantees, I don't want to make any commitment, I don't want to make any commitment, but I did kind of have the idea. Okay, all right, immediately we're off to the races. The game has decided to crash, and I have no idea what I did to deserve that. Maybe we will not get a second airplane production line. I have no idea. Let's jump back in and see what the problem is. Yeah, so my idea was maybe to start faffing around with a few nuclear facilities. That's right. I'm not super committed to the idea of nuclear big time, but maybe nuclear little time. You know what I mean? Like you know, like a little cheeky little bit of nuclear. A little bit of nuclear here, there, and everywhere. Anyway, the point of building this airline production facility. Okay. No issues. Okay, let's place it down then. No issues at all. Interesting. Can I get some helipads around the back again? Because we're gonna make helipads here. Oh, I can just get groups of 3. Oh, I mean this is fine. We got plenty of space for this. All right. 1 is absolutely adequate. All right. It doesn't look like the video game is struggling to comprehend what's going on right now, but perhaps it might. All right, let's get this down here. I should really make this not terrible road, but whatever. There we go. Okay. Let's let this get built. And let's let this get built as well. So signed construction offices. It's going to immediately draw from the helicopter offices, but I will encourage this. I will encourage this right now. This is also going to happen quite quickly as well. Again, you know, it's going to be a really interesting test to see how this works. Right, so what else do we need to do over the course of this episode? Well, I want to see if we can maybe just solidify our tourism operation a little bit. Now, there was another very interesting comment in the comments down below, all about the power supply that the hotels are getting. I believe the hotels have got a plentiful power supply from this electric substation over here. However, they are also getting a little cheeky bonus supply from whatever it is, wind turbines here. So yeah, I think we're fine with regards to power provision. However, there are probably a few things that we could maybe do a little bit better over here. So we have the clinic. But there are no workers with higher education, which is bad, actually, is very bad. I'm gonna say load up with educated people here, but only on this one specific train, so that we can perhaps redress that balance, because that is not good. Nobody's able to visit a church. That's fine. Nobody's able to visit a cultural institution. Is there any way that we can maybe pop a cinema down here? I do realize that this industrial area where the tourists are now living is somewhat congested. In control tower is not enough workers. Well, that's very not good. That is kind of very not good. We need some workers. We need some workers in the control tower. We've got a couple of people arriving. Hopefully one of them is going to take a stroll to the control tower. Yeah, we're going to have one person here. 2 people. Okay, apparently that's enough. Grand. That's excellent. Is that enough to send you on your way? I think it's enough to send you on your way. So let's just hope. Okay, 196 workers, which is a hugely large number, but we're probably not even going to use all of them on the train. Yeah, we're totally not. Which means that we're just taking excess people, which is fine, but it's obviously kind of inefficient. Kind of inefficient. Is there a walk route to... Yeah, there's a walk route to the beach here. So there should definitely be some additional workers for the beach to help increase the number of potential tourists that can sit out and get a suntan, which is kind of nice. Fire has been extinguished. That is probably just about the most critical bit of infrastructure. So the fact that I didn't know that there was a fire there is somewhat problematic. I will say, yeah. Road connection for fire trucks / ambulances required. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that the game now notified you if road connection was actually required. That's really good. That's really, really good. Unfortunately, I don't think I can squeeze this in here. I do not think that I can squeeze this in. Not without making some modifications. So let's do that right now. What? A gravel roads? Yep, fine. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I should really build this though, because otherwise our entire coal infrastructure setup is gonna get wiped out pretty darn quickly. You know what? I should even build the road for all of the $20 that I'm gonna spend on it. That's fine. That's what I'm after. Okay, man, how do we have so many dollars? Look at that, dude. Look at the number of dollars that we've got coming through. Oh boy, that's cracking. That is really, really good. Okay, helis are on the job. What are we taking in? We're taking in concrete, we're taking in gravel, we're taking in asphalt. We need 498 tons of concrete, 384 tons of gravel. Bear in mind that we can't actually start delivering bits and bobs by road because we are still waiting for this road to be properly finished up, which is yet to happen. Also, Ljubljana, I have a funny feeling that we are gonna be seeing this boat this episode. I have no idea if it's gonna happen, but I kind of love the idea of imagining that it will. The other thing that I really thought from the comments was a very good suggestion was just to add a passenger car to all of these trams. Not even necessarily these trams here, but just any trams in general. Just whap a passenger car in the middle, and bada bim, bada boom. It allows you to take more people. Frankly, it's such an obvious idea that it seems like a no-brainer. But I never really even considered it. I don't even know why. Maybe it's just because I, mentally like the uniformity of these trams. But certainly, a little extra passenger wagon in the middle. What's the most expensive one? This is the most expensive one, but this is better. Yeah, we buy that. We stick it ideally in the middle. But you know what? Sure, the end is fine. Wait while train fully enters the depot. Oh, is it not fully in? There we go. Right. So yeah, it looks dreadful. It looks absolutely abysmal. But now we can take up to 560 passengers, which is nice. It's a very, very, very nice, a nice number of people to carry. And to be honest, it might not even be enough. Look at that. Road connection for fire trucks / ambulances is required. Now, can we even connect that up? I feel like this is one of those connections that should be imminently doable. And yet, here I am, perhaps thinking that it's just not worth faffing around. Right, how many tourists are we bringing in? We're bringing in 11 tourists. This is from the other side of the other side of the map, which is nice. It's very good. Very happy with that. Strangely, doesn't look like we've got any congestion issues. That was a very quick turnaround. Doesn't look like we've got any congestion issues over here. In fact, everything looks fine from what I can see. We've got no sort of helicopter aircraft crossover, which is fine. We've got another 40 tourists coming in. Presumably, we've still got tourists. Yep, we've still got a decent number of tourists coming in by boat. I mean, we haven't talked about this boat route in ages, but bloomin' heck, look at that. 32 tourists coming in on this boat from Western countries. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. I think we can be very, very happy with that. Aluminium is going where? Western countries yet again. I really need to set up my steel. I really need to set up my steel to be exported to Soviet countries. That is somewhat imperative if I want to make a few more rubles, which I kind of want to do. Also, building without power supply. Now, this building shouldn't be without power supply, as it has 2 sources of power. However, it looks like this substation is somewhat unreliable. Why? Why? Is that coming from here? Yeah, it's coming from here, but it's also... Oh my god, it's just so complicated. It's so complicated. It's so unbelievably complicated. What a wacky route. I almost kind of feel maybe it's worth a... You know, a bespoke power line over here. A bespoke high voltage power line. If we're not secure in terms of wattage or voltage, then we will have to take remedial action. We'll have to sort it out. Yeah, this is definitely... The train station is definitely within walking distance of everywhere that is relevant. It's just surprising me that we have so few hotel staff. Like, that is just strange. However, we do now have doctors here, which is excellent news. Excellent news. And dare I suggest it might be worth considering a full and proper hospital as opposed to just a small clinic around here. But that's fine for now. It seems like we're managing. It seems like we're very much managing. I would love to bang down a cinema, though. I really would. It almost seems a shame that all of the tourism facilities in Disneyland Ovsk proper are being underutilized. To be honest, I mean, they're being used from time to time. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. You know, some of the tourists in the city are still managing to survive. We've got a small clinic in Disneyland Ovsk proper. Yeah, you know, I think if we get a cinema or something of that ilk, we will be just fine. I mean, what about a cinema in this vicinity? Now, this is just a disaster waiting to happen. The reason that it's a disaster waiting to happen is because Potato is going to do what a potato does, and apparently, just these things can't catch on fire. No, helipads can't catch on fire. Famous last words. But if it's, you know, the site of a fire station, I'm going to make the assumption that these things can't catch on fire. Right. So, think of the culture. Let's get that. Let's get these. Cool. There we go, and there we go. Okay, all right. How's that looking? That's looking not too bad. That's looking not too bad at all. Very happy with that. Is that all of the routes reconnected? I don't know. I think it might be. But we are missing something. We are definitely missing something. Anything? I mean, I could just look at the overview. I mean, that seems like a very sensible idea. Let's build this. Aha! There is a missing connection, I think. Excuse me? Can't end above water. Oh yeah, I forgot that we did actually create somewhat of a pond here. Take that out. Does that make a difference? No. Hold on. Reconnect that. There we go. Maybe it was connected already. Okay, maybe it was connected already. That's fine. Yeah, I guess everything is connected up here. Oddly, I didn't realize that there was extra capacity in this system, but I'm very, very happy that there is. That's excellent news. Okay, I mean that's fantastic. Let's get the cinema built as quickly as possible. Let's actually just immediately fund it, please. There we go. And then I will also add a walk route between there and there. Missing staff. Now the staff should come from... They should just come from the train station, but we'll have to wait and see if that actually happens, if that actually materializes. Right, in the meantime, how are we doing over here? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Now, dare I suggest... I've been saying that a lot recently. I've been daring to suggest quite a bit. Very daring individual, that's me. Yeah, I think we're on course to get this done. Now, it just depends... I'll build that, sure, whatever. It just depends whether connecting up the road is going to allow for trucks to arrive. It certainly looks like a couple of trucks have been mobilized. Yeah, it definitely looks like a couple of trucks have been mobilized, given the massive backlog of traffic that we're seeing just driving down the high street. So that's fine. What are you doing? You are picking up mechanical components. That's grand. Cool. All right, how's our central warehouse district working? Because we started this last time, and this is obviously, I guess, a pretty important element that I would like to see going forward. I mean, I say it's important. It's nice if we can do it. It's not necessarily the end of the world if we can't. It just would be nice. It would just be nice. That's it. That's it. There's nothing more to say. It would just be nice if we could get it. But there you go. Okay, now uranium. Who's uranium? It's uranium. That's right. So there's a couple of spots. There's a couple of spots around here. Immediately, I'm not liking any of them, to be honest with you. I'm not liking any of them. I mean, this one over here is outside the map, so that's a no-go for sure. This one over here is next to Krudenovsky, which we haven't been to in a while. I will say, there is capacity in Krudenovsky. Well, New Krudenovsky, that is. There is capacity. I mean, this is a brand new town. It's got all of the facilities. It literally just needs more houses, and then we would be good. I kind of like this place for a uranium area. You know what the other crazy thing to consider is? Let me nab the uranium mine just for a millisecond here. There we go. Okay, what is it? It's not metallurgy. Is it metallurgy? No, it's absolutely not metallurgy. It's energy-related uranium mine. That's where it is. Yeah, I think this would be a prime location for a cableway. Yeah. I think this would be an excellent, excellent place for a cableway. How much is this going to cost to build? 500,000 bucks? I mean, I'm happy with that, to be honest. Yeah, very, very happy with that, in fact. I mean, I've got too many dollars. I have frankly too much foreign currency. I need to spend it a little bit. I need to spend it big time. Right, so let's get a cableway. Let's get a big cableway station. And let's just flatten the world, eh? Flatten the world. Okay, make sure that we don't build this in a super awkward position. And then heavy cableway poles. Let's make sure that, of course, we bump that up to the max. And then, I kind of like the idea of just... There we go. That didn't really hit the spot there, but sure, we can try again. There we go. I'm not even sure that these need to necessarily be heavy cableway tracks, but it would just be good. It would just be good to make sure that we've got the capacity in here if we need to. Nice. Look at this. This is looking particularly good. Where do we want to stick the cableway station? Maybe a cableway station in over here? There we go. Angle of connection is too sharp. It's fine. All right. I think that all works. I think that all connects up. Let's give it a punt. Let's give it a punt. Right. So... do that. Yep. 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 And connect that up over there as well. And then a road for good measure, even though I don't think it's super required. Did that connect up? I was a little worried that that might not actually connect up. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll happily fix that. Shouldn't be too difficult to find the sweet spot. There we go. Okay. Now, this might end up being a fire hazard at some point in the future. It probably will be, but we'll worry about that in just a second. Anyway. Let's think of what's happening at the nuclear end here. Too steep of an ascent. I did kind of anticipate that this wouldn't be too much of a problem, but let's build this, and then let's build something like, build something like that. Okay, that's all looking particularly good. It looks a little hairy, but that's fine. Number of students? No, we don't need students. Although, to be fair, it would be really nice if we could link the student railway up to Potatograd somehow, given that we still have teaching capacity here. Road connection for fire trucks / ambulances required. That's so good that it tells you now. I mean, that's great. You know, I'm pretty sure I know what the condition is. It's all about parking spaces outside the front, which is a totally arbitrary, reason to determine whether fire trucks can put out a fire. Surely, if there's a pathway, there should be a way for a fire truck to make its way to extinguish a fire. But again, who am I? Either way, doesn't particularly matter. Doesn't particularly matter for all our intents and purposes at the moment. It's fine. It's fine. Now, I kind of like the idea of having the nuclear stuff. It's energy related. Keeps on breaking my brain. I kind of like the idea of having the energy related stuff, the nuclear related stuff over here. So that's what I'm kind of gonna do. It's gonna make it easier to connect up a train route if we stick all of our processing at this site. So I'm gonna see if this is possible. Now, the problem with doing this is that there may be some issues with ascending and descending the hill, but we're gonna give it our darndest bestest shot. Okay, so that's not a problem. Oh, all right. I guess I had nothing to worry about. Looks like we can easily manage to navigate the hill. That's it. That's fine. Excellent. Okay. Ooh, I want to see if we can try and use walkways this time. So if I don't use walkways, shout at me a lot. Shout at me a lot. Anyway, let's see if we can try and get a train platform in here. Is this an electrified route? Yeah, this is an absolutely electrified route. Which is good. Now, let's get... what do we need to do? We need to go from here. There. there. We want to make sure that this runs parallel for at least a little bit, because we need to ensure that we can stick a signal just after here. Oh, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Oh, no, this is not going to be a problem. Totally fine. All right. It's nasty, but it kind of works. It kind of works. It's just a short loop that we're going to need this to go on, so it's fine. We actually have plenty of workers as well. That's the crazy thing. Certainly looks that way anyway. Oh. Yes, so that's a problem. Of course, the train station burnt down and then was immediately rebuilt, but apparently it didn't get the orders to start working again. All right, well, that's pretty embarrassing, actually. That's pretty bad. But it's not been that way for too long, because the oil is still, you know, backlogging at the tank, which I suppose is fine. I mean, this is frustrating more than anything else, because we're going to be able to rebuild it super easily. The problem is that there's going to be a bunch of helicopters that land here, and they're not going to know what to do. Yeah, you see that? It's happened. It's happened. But we do kind of need this additional coal ore. Like, it's kind of imperative. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's wait until the helicopters land, and then we will just copy the orders to all of them. Because I'm pretty sure this passenger heliport literally only does deliveries to that area over there. Kolyarsk. That's the one. Okay, back to nuclear, because believe it or not, I am pretty focused on this. Or at least I think I am. Right, so this is looking good. Obviously, we'll need to get some more people out here. I'm acutely aware of the fact that we seem to frequently need more people than I anticipate. Probably because everyone's lazy. Yeah, it's definitely not my organizational fault. No. It's the people. They're out of touch. Okay, so that's looking good. That's looking fine. Now. Will I have enough space to get down a uranium processing plant? Also, I like the fact that it displays the number of workers in a different fashion now. You know, it says 60 workers or 60, 15. It's very nice, very handy. Okay, so in an ideal world, I would like 2 uranium processing plants. To be honest, we could probably even squeeze in 4. We could probably even squeeze in 4 uranium processing plants, but that's fine. How much does this produce? Produces 1.7 tons per day. This consumes 2 tons per day. Okay, so this is fine. This is a perfect ratio. Let's get that over there, and then let's get a factory connection over here. Yeah, it's been a while since I've built uranium buildings. Okay, and then this consumes 4 tons. This produces consumption maximum production. Oh yeah, it could be 2 nuclear fuel fabrication plants to 1 uranium conversion plant. So we can actually squeeze 2 in here. All right, just getting the ratios right. But the great thing is that we now can be a little bit frivolous when it comes to our use of factory connections. As long as I think that this train platform is within reach of this nuclear fuel fabrication place, which I absolutely do think that, then we're going to be just fine. Now, oh, we can even just build straight under there. All right, well, this is going to be a really great test. There we go. Let's pause just before the building gets too advanced. 324 meters, 325 meters. That is perfect. That's excellent. That's great. That's brilliant news. All right. Excellent. Good stuff. I think that's it. I think that's it. So 1, 2, 3 buildings here. Yeah, we're going to be making nuclear fuel. Here's the thing. I don't think that it's worth me building a nuclear reactor. Certainly not right now, anyway. Again, you know, that the situation, circumstances, etc. might change. But I don't think that I need any of the power. I would much rather just take the fuel rods. I think that's the sort of place that I'm at the moment. But as I say, that might change. Okay, can I get a renewable source of power up here, please? Maybe even a second one. There we go. And now it is just a case of getting workers on. So let's turn the cableway engine on, and let's get some heavy personnel cabins. V2? V2. That seems like a pretty sensible thing to do. Just buy them all. You know what? In for a penny, in for a pound, eh? Just buy them all. Now, are we... Yeah, we've got a couple of workers waiting here. Don't do passengers, don't do tourists, just do workers. Okay, the crazy thing is that I reckon we're going to be up and running with this area sooner than even I think, which is wonderful. It's cracking. It's excellent news. Very, very good. We're working through our backlog of oil. Obviously, it is not going to take that long. Yeah, it's happening pretty quickly. Kind of to be anticipated there, but... You know, any additional fuel that we're able to get is a little bit of a bonus. Means that we don't have to buy it in at quite such a ridiculous price at the border, or indeed at any of the facilities around the map. And, you know, that's fine. That's great. It's a nice little bonus, but not super imperative. Right. Can I get down a substation here? Can I get down a substation? I should probably get more than one substation. This is true. I probably shouldn't build this substation here, though. I should probably try and, you know, stick it in amongst the buildings that are already established. There we go. We'll cut through there. Cut through there. I don't even know where the substation is going. I feel like what we need is just a brand new high voltage connection here. There we go. And modded transformer. Do it over here, sure. That's fine. Wonderful. And just connecting up these two bits and bobs. Perfect. All right, it's just that simple. It's just that easy. I think. I hope. Yeah, okay. I mean, there's no voltage coming through here because there is no voltage required for anything, but there will be very soon indeed. Right. Also, there's no point in having passengers. Actually, there is a point in having passengers. Yeah, there are some facilities in Krudanovsky that are maybe required, but we don't have any workers working in them, so there's no point in taking passengers, to be honest. Right. So, I'm going to invite a whole bunch of immigrants here. I'm going to invite as many people as I can, because why not? I could move people from Turistovsky. In fact, to be honest, I might do that. Depending on the number of people that we have still living with their parents in Turistovsky. Go 54. Okay, let's move like one house. Move like one house over to this town here. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's pretty good. That gives us a huge number of people to work with. Let's buy a tram. I did the right... I did use the right type of rail. Just checking. Then we'll get a passenger wagon. One of these. And to be honest, I think that's fine. Yeah, 358 tourists. I really like the idea of incorporating a passenger wagon into the setup. And be gone with you. There we go. Okay. So now, Now we should be operational. We should be operational. Look at that. 46 workers out of 100 working to extract uranium. It's excellent. It's really, really good. Now, we should maybe think about getting a fire brigade or a fire engine or some sort of fire provision here. Purely because uranium, fire, it's not a match made in heaven, to be honest, but truth be told, I'm not that bothered about it. I don't feel that bothered about it anyway. Let's, yeah, do something like that. I tell you what. I'll do this, and I will do. I'll stick in a fire engine here. I'm not going to stick any helicopters in this vicinity because helicopters do be slightly problematic. Also, we've got our first delivery of people. There we go. We're going to immediately start making uranium oxide, which is wonderful. We're missing uranium oxide. We're missing chemicals. Now, we do actually make chemicals locally, obviously. I'm going to import for now because it seems like a good thing to do. And that's fine, but it's going to take us a little bit of time to get this whole process spun up and operating. But it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We're also going to get more chemicals over here and more chemicals over here. I mean, you know, the cost of chemicals is fairly steep, but at the end of the day, it's a price that I'm quite happy to pay. Is it possible for me to move chemicals across though? I do wonder because it might be a nice little bonus if we could make it happen. There are no chemicals here. There are no chemicals here. Are we making chemicals? We're making chemicals. We're making chemicals at a good pace. It just seems to me we probably need more trains, right? Yeah, we probably do just need more trains on this route. Yeah, I think single trains carrying only 203 workers is probably just not enough. In fact, it's definitely just not enough. Right, well, that's got to be rectified, and that's got to be rectified very, very swiftly. Let's institute one of these. And let's get you to go into the depot. And you know what? We're just gonna add passenger cars. It's just that simple. That's what we're gonna do. I really, really like that idea. It's grown on me in a major way. Now, this is gonna probably cause some problem with the number of workers being delivered temporarily, but, you know, forgive me, I'm sure it'll be okay. Right, 4 is somewhat overkill, but I don't intend all 4 carriages to go on one train. Oh, look, the train keeps its workers. Or at least it's kept some of them. Yeah, it was up at 203, and now it's down to 113. But both of them are down to 113, so I don't understand how that happened, but I guess it's fine. There we go, dispatch. You come in here. Yeah, I wonder, when is the point where it becomes 113 workers? Do the workers get out at the train depot and just go about their work? Is that what they do? They very well might. Also, look at this. The length seems perfect. The length seems absolutely perfect for the tram. Weird. Weird. It seems like it's only when they get into the depot. It doesn't look like anyone is leaving the depot, so I can only assume that the people have just completely evaporated. Evaporated. Can you go in here? It's too late. Too late. It's too late. I know. That was... It was an optimistic perspective. Either way, I'm gonna get these things sold because they are garbage. I'll let you do one last final delivery for the sake of old times, and then we're gonna get two brand new trams and two brand new passenger wagons on each. There we go. Go, and we will launch in just a second. Just a second, he says. There we go. We're at. Okay. You've done your last delivery, which is a shame because you've been around since almost the beginning of the game, the beginning of the series. But it's time to modernize and it's time to move on. Right. How many people do we have on this train? 513 workers on this train. 513 workers on this train as well. I mean, this is a lot of people. This is a very, very large number of people. Obviously, things are slightly congested here, but I mean, the upshot is that we're going to get about 1 billion more people working at the huge chemical plant. I mean, the sheer volume of people here is going to be crazy. And to be honest, we should probably increase the number of people that can work at the chemical plant. I'm just relying on supplying so many people that all of these buildings are going to be just fine. So just from one load, we're up to about 170. And then the next load is going to take us up to... Wow, okay, 450. Basically hits us at maximum production, which is just great, to be honest. That's just perfect. Yeah, that's just excellent. And we've just got more and more and more people coming in. I do worry that we might even be producing too many chemicals. Too many chemicals for our meager, beleaguered forklifts to work on. I certainly think that looks like the case. Yeah. All right, let's get another one. Let's keep up the pace. There we go. Add connections. Boom there, and boom over there. All right. Let's see if that makes a difference. It's close. It's close. We're very, very close to just outproducing. Yeah, we're very, very close to just outproducing the capacity of forklifts to move the stuff. But that's okay. Anyway, how are we doing over here? Missing UF6. UF6 ain't happening. It ain't happening because we don't have any engineers. Now, this is kind of a problem. I mean, this is a big problem, to be honest with you. We did add a couple of engineers to this facility, which is fine. Also, we don't need any engineers over in this part of the world. So let's change Novoya Krudnov train platform. Don't load workers with an education. There you go. The workers with an education need to be going to the nuclear factory. Pretty much all the time. And that's what the problem is going to be, actually. At least the uranium ore is looking pretty good. Unfortunately, I can't determine if people with an education go to the big cableway station. Yeah, that's not allowed, unfortunately. As much as I wish that I could. I wish I could tell them all just to go to the train platform here, but whatever, it's fine. I mean, look, we're gonna make progress eventually, but I think honestly, education is a big part of the puzzle here. And I almost wonder, where is the nearest point to connect up? Is it even possible to get another student train into here? It's definitely possible. Again, it's just about distance, right? I mean, we've connected up Aluminov over here. Novaya Krudnov is very far away. I tell you what, here's something that I didn't even consider. Is it worth just straight up plopping down a university here? Headquarters of the Communist Party? Yeah, sure, we'll get one of those. You know what? I actually straight up think that this is worth doing. It's going to cost us loads and loads and loads of money. But again, it's like we are flush with cash at the moment. We have been exporting everything for quite a while now. Right, so walking distance, that should be within walking distance of all of the houses. I'm kind of anticipating that more houses will go over here. But for now, appreciably, we've got a lot of empty space that we could do with filling. So we either need to invite people in, or we just need to make sure that people are properly trained up. There we go. Look at that. We got some engineers. Wonderful. Brilliant. Exceptional. Yeah, I mean, it's still going to take a little bit of time, but we are making this UF6 stuff. but we're just not making it in large enough of a quantity to be transported, which is... It's okay. It's just a little slow. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Lots of staff, lots of party officials, which is good. This is going to obviously suck our educated people out of the production loop, but it is going to translate into more educated people because lots of people are going to become educated, obviously, through schools. Let's invite some educated people through. Yeah. I'm going to spend quite a lot on making this happen. Yeah, fill an entire flat with educated people. There we go. That's still within walking distance of the train station. Not even close to being out with walking distance, actually. Yeah, I mean, that did cost a pretty penny, but I think the security that it gives us is immense, because it just means we're gonna be able to teach literally every single student, and also we're able to get a couple of engineers, a couple of qualified bods to do things in the nuclear world. We'll buy 3 additional trams. 1, 2, 3. 3 additional passenger cars as well. There we go. And be gone. There we go. Don't know why I still had the copy line tool on there, but that's fine. Okay, and there we go. The last train that we should really need, and this should give us just an exceptionally large, there we go, an exceptionally large level of production. Now, is it possible? Is it possible for me to connect this up with a road? You know what? It absolutely is. It absolutely is. There we go. And then just reconnect this. Reconnect this. I think that's it, actually. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's get a fire brigade, a proper fire brigade, that is. Not one of these helicopter fire brigade things. No siree. Yeah, this is the best one. The SKD 706 RT HP fire truck. Sorry, fire trucks, multiple. Yeah, that is the best ground-based fire truck. Let's crank down the number of workers though, because I mean, you know, there's not going to be a fire. No, Soviet engineering is perfect. What do you mean, comrade? There's no such thing as fire in our society. No. Anyway, look at that. We're starting to make nuclear fuel, which is wonderful. Excellent. Set container type. Yep, we'll set that container type, even though I'm pretty sure it auto-sets, given that there is only one type of uranium container. Yeah. We're making uranium. We are making uranium. It's small. It's very small. I will say, you know, that the reason that I decided to do the uranium setup over here, there's a whole bunch of space. There's a whole bunch of space around. There's a pretty good uranium deposit chilling just over there. You know, there's room for expansion. There's room if we wanted to get a nuclear reactor, for sure. I mean, you know, you don't need to stick a reactor next to, you know, next to a water source, but you can. And in this situation, I guess we've stuck we could stick a nuclear reactor next to the water source. It just doesn't particularly matter. But I think that we're probably going to be exporting these nuclear fuel bits and bobs. Yeah. I mean, let's be brutally honest, we do not need any more Western currency. In fact, I almost feel guilty for having so much Western currency and so few rubles. Look at this. No dollar loans? No dollar loans at all. Look, this is a good time. This is as good a time as any to perhaps think about moving our steel setup across. And yet, part of me is just like, I don't want to change the steel setup. I don't want to change the steel setup. I wonder if there's any sort of way... Oh, hold up. That's a problem. Any more helicopters that are doing tourist deliveries that have that fuel problem? Yes. Okay, a couple do, apparently. This is... I should be using dollars. What am I doing? Dollars are unbelievably cheap. There we go. You're fine, you're fine. Okay. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. Right, yeah, what I was thinking is there any way that I can just do, you know, some arbitrage sort of setup? You remember that truck that I had, you know, a long time ago, going between, oh, it's going between this entrance here and then this exit here, and it was just moving resources, you know, moving steel. I think moving literally like one truck of steel. I think it might still be going. Don't quote me on that, but I think it might still be going. Either way, doing something like that would be pretty appealing, to be honest. It feels like an idea. Some guests are without service. How is that possible? Video game. How is that possible? We should have plenty of workers coming through. We do not have plenty of workers coming through. We have too many educated people. This is genuinely somewhat of a conundrum. Some guests are without service. And yeah, when you have these massive, hulking, great hotels, and we're just not able to get the employees across, that's what I call a problem. That's what I call a problem. Also, let's get some ambulances in here, because I'm pretty sure we need them. Yeah, let's connect this up, because why not? Make it so that the ambulances can actually get through much more easily. There we go. 200 and something workers. That should be relief. There we go. Excellent. Excellent indeed. All right. I mean, I don't know what our tourism stats are, but I mean, they must be huge, right? They must be absolutely monstrous. I feel like my money has just been going up throughout the course of this entire episode, and I feel pretty certain that it is tourism that is causing the money to just continue to go up. I mean, there is a simple way to tell. We could just check. I've spent loads of dollars, and we've still made 1.39 million this month. Last month, we only spent 400,000 rubles. Wow, okay. This year, we are up omega money. Look at that. Look at that. Tourism income this year. Wowzers. You can see what it is. Look at the tourism income. 9 million rubles? Oh my good giddy aunt. What are we importing that's so expensive? We are importing 2 million rubles of food. That's this year though, actually. What about last month? 250,000 rubles of food. Yeah, we're importing a lot of food. We got a large empire to maintain. This is true. Look at this though. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Last year, what was tourism spending last year? Not much. Not much. It did 120,000 at one point, whereas this year it did 400,000. Okay, so we basically quadrupled at some points our tourism income from Soviet tourists. Western tourists, I don't think it's that clear, but to be honest, part of the problem is that I don't think that we had... Yeah, I mean, 4 of our helicopters weren't going. You know, the ones that I found just chilling at the edge of the map, they just weren't active. So I suspect that part of the problem is that. Indeed. That's why we have a slight deficit of Western tourists. I will say though, I'm pretty certain that these 3 hotels, when they're all working as they should be, when they have enough workers, which is somewhat rare, I think that they can deal. I think that they can deal with the influx of tourists. I also think that... I was going to say, I also think that this infrastructure that has us delivering food and alcohol is working. I think it's working anyway. Okay, I'm going to just get you to add this place. I see. It wasn't added. That's a problem. Alcohol, food. There we go. Now, that should address that balance there. This is definitely connected to the road. Yeah, it's connected to the road over there. Fine. The container setup that we have is... It's good, don't get me wrong, but we are producing far too much food. Hence why we need to make sure that we get a central warehouse depot up and running pretty much as quickly as we possibly can. It's pretty imperative that we get that. But I think we should be okay for food for at least a little while. Do we have meat? Oh. Yeah, we do have meat, right? Oh, we don't have any meats. That's a problem. Why is our meat not coming through? Yeah, why is our meat not coming through here? We have no meats. We cannot store or export meat. Oh, was this the fire? Was this the fire? Some vehicles are without fuel. Okay. I mean, that's strange how that seemed to do that. I'll check that in just a second. Anyway, yeah, here to here. Right, will that make a difference? You're not without fuel. Road access is required, but apart from that, it's fine. Right. Okay, so it looks like there was just that one sort of imbalance where we hadn't got meat exporting. But that should now be fixed. How are we doing with chemicals? We're doing fine with chemicals. We are absolutely fine. Which is very, very nice, in fact. We are still going through all of the workers here, which is great. This is perfect. This is perfect. Everything is perfect. Containers are being loaded in an appropriately speedy manner. I don't think that we can complain even slightly. It's great. It's really great. It's really good. It's looking real nice. And now the fact that we've got meat set up is also wonderful. I tell you what I'm gonna do, just to be real cheeky here. Because forklifts are garbage. We all know it. We all know it. It's not a big secret. It's not a conspiracy. Forklifts are garbage. Here's what I'm gonna do instead. Go here. Wait until loaded meats. Go here. Unload meats. Don't wait until unloaded though. And then just copy this out. So we're basically gonna do what we're doing for food, and that is have an external cold wagon, an external cold wagon to help speed loading up. So as you can probably remember, we don't have any outside the front at the moment, but usually we have a food truck waiting here just to pick up the excess food because our forklifts cannot move it fast enough. It's being created far too quickly. Far, far, far too quickly. There we go. One just came and loaded up, and that's fine. Anyway, that's what I think that we're gonna do. Again, looks like we're not even able to load the meat up this quickly, but at the end of the day, it's fine. It's fine, yeah. I should maybe just transport the meat right now to the cargo station as opposed to going via, via this meat storage over here. But, you know what? That's a problem for a future potato. I feel like that guy's got a lot to answer for, Future potato. Everything gets lumped on his shoulders, and yet he barely ever delivers. But that's the nature of future potato. You have to believe. Anyway, folks, this has been a really good episode. I kind of can't believe how quickly we were able to get the nuclear power stuff set up. Obviously, it's pretty slow going at the moment. But it's not going to be slow going for a long time. Just you wait until we get a couple of these students trained up at the headquarters of the Communist Party. There's a lot of headquarters of the Communist Party around. We're probably also going to get a few more services and amenities for this part of town. Yeah, it's a problem. It's no longer suitable. I don't think we need to just make sure that we crank everything up. Okay, I've pretty much single-handedly solved our problems by just doing this, which is great. Happy days. All right. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll do a few more bits and bobs with Novoya Krudinov at some point in the future. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day. I've been Open Potato. Thanks as ever to Banana and Aurelio from the $225+ tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.